5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Level up, 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 level up.
Who ready? We now start. Get ready, day. Set a bong start. Meet we on the way. We lining up, ready to charge ahead. Forward is not enough. I want you to jump up, trampoline come now. We headed to downtown. Get all on the railing. So much woman are trailing. Follow the big song. Get ready to mash down. All in the stadium, the whole of the kingdom. Come down. Time to show me your waves. Time to get out of line. You're born and ready for pace. Come on, right in the roadway. All in front of the gateway. All in front of the people. Business way. This is the kingdom. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Every beat and edge. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up.
Happy Carnival Day!
Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up.
Happy Carnival Day!
Happy Carnival Day!
Give me that attitude. Now is a wine and move. Don't give me no grumpy face. Somebody go take
Happy Carnival Day!
Ancestors!
waited a long time. Enough of the standby. Head up to the front line. Get ready for more wine. If you're fed up of frustration, get to the formation. Now is a celebration. Cause the kingdom come down. Time to show me your waves. Time to get out of line. You're born and ready for pace. Come and wine in the roadway. All in front of the gateway. All in front of the people. Business.
Well, it's been a long journey. So we started about a year ago. So as soon as Carnival finished last year, we then started to rethink about the new theme and everything. I like to contribute because I love to see Carnival getting bigger and bigger every year. And it just gets more and more exciting. We get more people joining us, more people loving it. This year at the end we got girls crying because they were so happy about it. It's just fantastic reaction.
This is the kingdom. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Every beat and edge. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Every road is a stage. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up.
London is the place for me. London, this lovely city. You can go to France or America, India, Asia or
I love
Australia.
Carnival because it's a passion, what burns within my belly, and every single year the fire gets bigger. I love making the costumes, I love seeing the young people develop, and it's all about them with their history and their culture and keeping things alive, and it's such a happy feeling. We tour and we represent, and working with the young people and the volunteers, it's like a family unit and delivering stuff to the community. We've been inside making costumes in the sun, they've been practicing in my garden, they've actually made up their own routine, what they performed on stage today. So it's all about the development and the unity.
I enjoyed it really much because I got to wear a big costume, and today went very well because nothing bad happened, no one forgot the dancers, everyone enjoyed themselves, so that's why I enjoy Carnival.
This is the kingdom. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Every beat and edge. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Every road is a stage. Feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wine and feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Why, yeah, yeah, yo. Feel it up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Feel it up. Why, yeah, yeah, yo. Feel it up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wine and feel it up. Feel it up. I want you to throw your
Doing it from morning till night. We finished today at 7 AM in the morning. Now I had no sleep, but it's enjoyable. Went on stage and we mashed it up. It's been really good in how we set up things, how the kids performed on the stage and on the parade itself. It's just really enjoyable, and it's a nice route. It's not too long, so they don't moan a lot, but it's nice when they get to the end of the parade and then they've got a stage performance to work with and work on.
front of the gateway, all in front of the people business. This is the kingdom. Wine and feel it up, wine and feel it up, feel it up.
Everybody's been contributing, working day and night to get these costumes finished, so a lot of work goes into it. And obviously the dance routines, everything, a lot of contributions being made, yeah. We had a really good time on the road, really lovely dancing, and it was a good vibe, it was really nice. All the people came out, so it was a good day.
We are here to represent our black and white ancestors in the Windrush. But that's where we're coming from. We're coming from a world of people, no regards to race. We just one race is a human race. So I enjoyed today to see the whole community come together, having a good time.
They did give us a bit of a challenge because the artistic work was outstanding and the groups really were energized and quite vibrant on the street and on the stage. So we really had our work cut out for us today.
Well, I think Windrush obviously is very, very important for the African Caribbean community, and it was fabulous to see that representation within the parade this year. It was good to see that.
Carnival is our life, it's our culture, and there's no better place to express that through that form on the streets.
It's alright, we bring the sunshine, so it was nice. The people responded, you know, the band liked it, so it's nice playing, yeah.
This is the kingdom. Wine and feel it up, wine and feel it up, feel it up. Wine and feel it up, wine and feel it up. Every beat I know, feel it up. Wine and feel it up. Every road is a say, feel it up. Wine and feel it up, yeah yeah yeah. Wine and feel it up, wine and feel it up, yeah yeah yeah. Wine and feel it up, wine and feel it up, why yeah yeah yo. Feel it up, yeah 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 yeah. Feel it up, why yeah 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 yo. Feel it up, yeah yeah yeah. Wine and feel it up, feel it up. I want you to throw your waist, I want you to throw your waist. Give me that attitude. Now is a whining move. Don't give me no grumpy face. Somebody go take your place. Better not pay the fool. They're rushing it down like food. You're waiting a long time. Enough of the standby. Head up to the front line. Get ready for more wine. If you're fed up of frustration, get to the formation. Now is a celebration. Cause the kingdom come down. Time to show me your waves. Time to get out of line. You're born and ready for pace. Come on, wine in the roadway. All in front of the gateway. All in front of the people.
Happy Carnival Day, it's been fantastic. Well done guys, everybody involved, well done.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
What's up, everybody? It's Trey McLaughlin and the Sounds of Zamar. It's been a while since we've done a video, so we decided to do something to lift your spirits, something a little positive. And this is not new to us, but we're gonna use these words today, so just so you know. All right, y'all ready? Yeah. From the top, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Gotta be optimistic. Wrap it up. Gotta be optimistic.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
Veronica, the beacon of light in the community, and I know you have these titles. It's not something that you like to kind of band out there. What I know of you have such dignity and humility as a human being, and it would actually take me to sit here to talk about your roles that you've played. Otherwise, you wouldn't particularly want to talk about them. So, if we talk about, the FGM, which is really kind of very dear to your heart, could you just discuss a little bit about what made you get involved in that and give it its proper name?
Yeah.
What it is?
Well, the work around my work has been about vulnerable families and communities for so many years, and working with young women in social work and working with young women who've been abused has been a big part of my work for at least 20-30 years. And it took me to actually volunteer in Kenya. I took a year out of my job. Well, in fact, it turned out to be a lot longer. I took 6 months out on a sabbatical to go and work in Africa for the UN and UNICEF and Save the Children and lots of other organisations as a volunteer. And then that grew into bigger projects, really working with young girls and street families and street children, and setting up projects to support them. And part of that work, I came across girls who'd been subjected to female genital mutilation. And they were, in tribal families and tribal communities who were really carrying on these traditions and had been doing this for many years. And children, young girls, were being married off very young, and it became a custom within those cultures to do that. Not a tradition, not a cultural tradition, a custom. This is what they did.
Can I just ask you, when you say very young, what kind of age are we talking about?
I mean, this practice is affecting children from 5, 6, 7, 8 years of age.
Being married off?
And some of them are married off at sort of 9, 10, even a little bit older than that. And it's quite it's a terrible thing. And it's something, when I was asked to get involved in supporting the Majatu Foundation, the directors there, Frank is one of the directors, Frank Kamau, and Valentine Nkoyo, both of them are Kenyan, and they approached me and asked me if I'd help them, and I wanted to give them a platform to do some work, so I wanted to introduce them to lots of other people and help them. I have to say they are very dedicated people to this work, and helping the rest of the community, and refugees and homeless, and helping people learn English and settle here, people who'd come here as migrants. The work that they do is so varied and so supportive that I can't praise them enough, actually. They do a fantastic job. And one of the programs is this bit of work with FGM. So it's not just FGM that I've been involved in, but lots of other things as well.
Please share.
Yeah, well,
share.
Gosh, what can I say? Oh dear, I'm too busy doing it than to talk about it mostly.
On this occasion?
Oh my word.
I'd really like to hear. Because some people would say, she's a black woman, we don't identify with her because she speaks very well. They realise that you've come into this country and had to, learn how to speak. So refined, and all the experiences you've gone through, racism, the trauma that comes with that. In particular, as you've said, having a white partner, use that to be resilient. Thank God for his stubbornness. You've got a beautiful son and a daughter and grandchildren. This beautiful garden that we're sat in is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all been hard work. It's not just happened. And I think for our viewers, it's really important for me to kind of express that. Starting off with a £9,000 house, and by applying yourself through hard work, here you are, and in such a...
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. It's difficult to talk about, to be honest, because I don't tend to talk about it. I just get on with what I'm doing, and it's not just luck. You're right. It's been really, really hard work. I've worn the T-shirt inside and out, and I've scraped every wall, and I've helped sand, and I've helped paint, and I've done this to so many houses that it's the only way. I thought we've got to be financially independent. We've got to be able to survive when we're old, and that for me, from a childhood where I was on free school dinners all through school, can't remember a time when I wasn't actually, and not having birthday presents, which is why I make a fuss about birthdays. Not having holidays, never had a holiday, never inherited a penny to this day. All I can think of is you do it yourself. You do it and you work hard and you make it happen. And Roy and I both have done that. And, if there's anything else, it's extra, it's a bonus. And so what I've done is done what I know I can do. And at the end of it all, there's something good has come out of it. And I guess what I would say is, if you want something to change, you've got to get involved, and that's what I've done. So I'm on committees, I'm on boards, I want things to be different. I want people to see that black women are doing it. Black people should be involved in everything in this society, and if they're not, there's something wrong with that organisation. So I've joined because I felt it's necessary. I've been asked more often than not. Actually, I've never applied for anything. When it comes to these boards, people have asked me to get involved. So I'm currently working with so many, let me think. I'm on the board of the RSPB, which I remember telling you a little bit about. And the RSPB, the only reason I'm involved in this is because I'm really concerned about access to open spaces, access to land, and access to fresh air. As black people, we don't value the open spaces as much as we should. And I don't think it's our fault. This isn't about blame. This is about organisations making sure that we're included, and we need to be included. And I think the RSPB in particular, and I'm saying this now because I think this is the turning point for them, they have done amazing work. They have changed the organisation's focus. And over the next 5 years, I have to say, I'm so happy that I'm part of it now. And I've only been involved for the last year, but the last 6 months has really been fantastic for the RSPB because they've recruited, they've employed, they are changing the way that they are seen. And I say to them, if I'm safe walking through your forests or walking through your reserves, then you have done a good job. Because I know that your people are trained and ready to work with me and greet me as a black person isolated. They should know that I'm there. They should know that I need your help. And they should know that I'm going to feel a little bit anxious or nervous about being in this space. So you should come to me and not me come to you. That's the first. And I have to praise them for that because I think they're doing a great job. And I think with the other organisations I'm involved with, the Woodland Trust is the same. I'm an ambassador for them. The work that I've been doing with young people in cricket and sport is the same. I'm on the board with the Beaver Castle Cricket Trust because they asked me to get involved, and it's because I want them to come to the city, which is what they're going to be doing a lot more of, and they've started doing it. And they're doing a program not just around cricket, but also around basketball in schools. And they have a fantastic board of people, who are running UK netball, who are running cricket across the, in the biggest, poshest places, So if I can influence them, which is what I'm really seriously have done already, to look at how they can include more of us, then all the better. In everything I do, it's really, and it's always had the same agenda. It's never been anything different. It's about how black people can be more involved, included, and appreciated for what we do. And it's been a lifetime campaign, whether it's been in my social work and the rehabilitation of black children into their own families, into their tribal communities, rather than being adopted. I've got a reputation for doing that, actually, over about 5-10 years in the High Court in particular, of taking children back to those families. When social workers and the courts were worried about going to Africa, I would say, get on a plane and find the family. There's international social work opportunities there that you can tap into. You know the tribe of the child. You can go to the community leaders. You can find their cousins. They have a family. They don't need to be fostered. They don't need to be adopted. You know, if there's no other place for them to go and you can't return them to their families and build that relationship. This is what I was saying earlier about solving the problem. You've really got to want to solve the problem. It can't be in a piecemeal way. It's got to be done with a heart. It's got to be done with dedication, and it's going to be difficult for you. And it was difficult for me, you know, because I'd get there. People don't really, you know, understand why I've come. And I'm saying you have a family member in the UK courts who's isolated, who needs you. And then you build the relationship over weeks and months. And all of what I do is the same, whether it's on, you know, as an ambassador to Majatu Foundation now, I'm not chairing that anymore. Or I'm working with, you know, I've done Community Foundation, I've been on the board of that. I'm on arts boards, working with New Perspectives Theatre Company in Nottingham as well, and helping them become much more diverse and actually more involved in the community that they want to serve in, and they are doing a great job. They have a great director there, Jack McNamara, who's been working with African and Nigerian theatre producers and writers. You know, there's a lot going on, I think, that people need to understand and learn more about. Even as a black community, we need to know that these things are also happening. And as, you know, as an RAF ambassador, I'm heading up the 504 Squadron as an honorary Air Commodore, and I was appointed by the Queen 2 years ago. Huge surprise and a real honour, I have to say. So I'm hugely proud of that appointment, I have to say, and I'm the first black person to be appointed in the UK to that role, as I am the first black person to be appointed as a Deputy Lieutenant in Nottinghamshire and in Nottingham. So that's down to Sir John Peace as well and his support, and he's a fantastic guy who's really, really been a good friend and supported me. And yeah, there's a lot to do, and I think if I can use those platforms to really just give that message to a lot more people, then I think I will have done a good job. But there's a lot more to do yet, so I don't feel as if I've done a good job yet.
And Josh, just over to you before we finish off with the show. If there was a paragraph or just a few words to describe your mother, you know, what would that paragraph or what would those words look like?
I think I would say that first and foremost it's love. I've always felt it from my mum. I've always been taught to live my life with love for others and for myself, very importantly. And just the values, the closeness of the family, the values of doing the right thing, as my mum said at the beginning, standing up for what's right and making change happen. It doesn't just happen. You have, that's one of my mum's mantras, if you will, really, is that if you want something to change, you need to make it happen. You need to make that change. And so that, dedication and hard work that she leads with as an example for me and my sister is what stands out for me. Yeah, dedication, hard work, love. That's it. Yeah.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. To all my people.
Badda. Hey yo, no matter where I go up and down the country, everybody's asking the same questions. After the marching and the protesting, what's next, badda? Well, all we need is one voice talking. We've been screaming for justice since the slave ships were brought in. Now the world's caught wind of what it's like when the system's racist and you're black and you're caught in it. No matter which patch I go, up and down the country, it's beautiful seeing black businesses grow. The same questions on everybody's lips though. After the marching, protesting, and what's next, badda? That's why we need one voice, a nationwide collaboration, and really we've got no choice. Cause they love to see us scattered and separated, but we know unity is where power's generated. Trying to line it up for the next lot who's melanated. When we get together, Lord knows we know they hate it. We've been on the ropes like ducking and we're weaving it. We could barely cope, but we just kept breathing. It's time to punch back, let's go. I'm flipping everything. Soul's on fire right now, I'm spitting everything. Every black business I know, I'm linking everything. North, south, east and west, on these, let's bring it in. We frustrate This is what Badda's about, don't need the time is now. One voice, one voice.
All we need to sow these seeds.
One voice, one voice.
We'll be marching through these streets.
One voice, one voice.
I swear it's heresy.
One voice, one voice.
To all my people.
All we need is one voice for the youth. They ain't got many options if we're really gonna speak the truth. We're quick to say they're rude, but if you listen a little closer, there's pain in his attitude. My younger, you ain't gotta fight your brother. Let's take that energy and both fight the government. Young sister, you ain't gotta be no IG model. Don't you know the crew got you, sister? Give her a cuddle. Everybody gotta die someday. What's your purpose, Don? Mine's my kid's future to make sure the hurt is gone. Hot plate of truth is the platter I'm serving from. Think I'm standing by and watching these murders going on. Look, so all community leaders, all public speakers, all master teachers, anybody with influence, chat to your people. Malcolm X was the preview, this is the sequel. By any means necessary, fight for my people. Look how much Marcus Garvey did without no streaming. Then I'm steaming, ancestors no more dreaming. We gon' unite the whole of our people with one voice, one voice.
All we need to sow these seeds.
One voice, one voice.
We'll be marching through these streets.
One voice, one voice.
I swear it's heresy.
One voice, one voice.
To all my people.
One voice, one voice.
All we need to sow these seeds.
One voice, one voice.
We'll be marching through these streets.
One voice, one voice.
I swear it's heresy.
One voice, one voice.
To all my people.
It's time to start having them uncomfortable conversations. Time to take the initiative. Time to lead the way. It's all about coming together. One voice, one momentum, one people. Time to start the conversation.